Merry Christmas! Our theme has been Christmas bells are ringing throughout December. You know, bells have an interesting storyline throughout the scriptures. They're not mentioned often, but when they are mentioned, it is always about the holiness of God. Here's a few Old Testament scriptures that I found that mention bells. Listen to this. Make pomegranates out of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and attach them to the robe with golden bells. Aaron will wear this robe whenever he ministers to the Lord, and the bells will tinkle as he goes before the Lord's presence and wears it in his presence. Another scripture, on that day, even the harness bells of the horses will be ascribed to holy is the Lord. Zechariah 14:20. We are reminded every Christmas season, friends, of the holiness of God. Even the familiar Christmas carol, O Holy Night, reminds us that the virgin birth was set apart and different than any other night. To be holy is defined as to be distinct, to be separated, to be in a class all by itself. One commentary describes it this way: the primary meaning of holy is separate. It comes from the ancient word to cut or to separate. Or maybe a way to phrase it would be to find a garment or a piece of merchandise that is outstanding, that's set apart, that's different than anything else. That means that one who is holy is uniquely holy and has no rivals or competition. When the Bible calls something holy, it means it is transcendentally separate. It is so far above, so far different than anything else, anything even in the earth or in the heavens above. So the miracle of the Christ child is that he laid down his holiness. We remember this from the book of Philippians, where it says in Philippians 2, he had this attitude among himself. Although he existed in the form of God, he did not regard equality with God something to be grasped, but he took on the form of a bondservant in the image and likeness of man. For this reason also God has highly exalted him and bestowed on him the name which is above every name, that at his name every knee would bow and every one confess that Jesus Christ is the Lord. So the miracle of the birth is he laid down his holiness. The miracle of the resurrection is that he is now forever reigning in perfect holiness. We remember the scriptures in the book of Revelation that talk about how he wages war as a righteous and a holy God, and even has a sash upon his shoulder that says, Holy is the Lord. In pure speculation, I wonder if the harness of the bells in the book of Zechariah on those horses is the harness that is on the horses that Jesus will ride when he returns in all of his glory. Let the Christmas bells ring, friends. Let us remember the beauty and the holiness of our God. And let us remember that in taking on the form of man, he laid down that perfect holiness. And in his resurrection, he took up that holiness once and forever and for eternity. God bless you. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you on New Year's Day, one service at 10 a.m. here at Freedom Community Church. Merry Christmas.